Captain Jaxon Cole never imagined his life would take him to the distant corners of the galaxy, and he certainly never imagined being the first human to touch an alien princess. But here he was, standing on the foreign world of Syraeth, face to face with a creature whose appearance defied every expectation he'd had about life beyond Earth. The planet's twin suns hung low in the sky, casting a shimmering golden light across the crystalline cityscape. Towering spires made of translucent material stretched upward, almost as if reaching for the stars themselves. The air was thick with the hum of energy, an otherworldly sound that Jaxon could feel in his bones. The ground beneath him seemed to pulse with life, a sensation that left him unsettled. Jaxon adjusted his flight jacket and took a step forward, his boots sinking slightly into the soft, glowing grass of the alien palace grounds. The alien princess, Elyria, stood before him, her long silver hair flowing like a cascade of light. Her skin shimmered with an ethereal glow, her violet eyes piercing the air between them as if she could read his every thought. "Welcome, Captain Cole," Elyria said, her voice soft and melodious, yet with an undertone of power that sent a chill down his spine. "I have awaited your arrival." Jaxon had never been one to be intimidated by authority, but there was something about Elyria that made his heart race. She was not like the aliens he'd encountered before. She was regal, serene, and above all different. Different in ways he couldn't yet understand. I'm honored to be here, Princess," Jaxon replied, his voice steady but with a hint of awe. "Your people have made contact with Earth before, but I've never had the privilege of meeting one of your royal family." Elyria's smile was a subtle curve, as if she knew something he didn't. "You are not the first human to visit Syraeth, but you are the first to be invited here personally. I have much to show you." With a graceful motion, Elyria gestured for him to follow. They walked together through the palace gardens, the air growing more vibrant with every step. The surroundings seemed to bend and twist in ways that Jaxon couldn't comprehend. Flowers that glowed in shades of blue and purple seemed to open and close to the beat of an unseen rhythm. The grass beneath his feet seemed to ripple like water, shifting and undulating with every footstep. "Where are we going?" Jaxon asked, trying to hide the unease that stirred within him. The energy here was unlike anything he had ever felt, both beautiful and unnerving at the same time. "You will understand soon enough," Elyria replied cryptically. "Our world is not like yours, Captain. It is more than just a planet. It is a living, breathing entity. Syraeth has consciousness, and so do we." Jaxon stopped in his tracks, taken aback by her words. "The planet is alive?" he asked, trying to make sense of it. Elyria nodded. "Yes. Syraeth has existed for eons, long before my people were born. We are its children, its caretakers. Our bond with the planet is deep, and it is through this connection that we have evolved. We share its energy, its life force." Jaxon stared at her, trying to fathom what she meant. "And how do you share this energy?" he asked, his voice trailing off. Elyria paused and turned to face him, her gaze intense. "Through touch," she said simply. "When we make physical contact with another, we exchange energy. It is a sacred bond, one that has been passed down through generations." Jaxon raised an eyebrow. "You touch someone and what happens exactly?" Elyria's eyes glimmered with an emotion Jaxon couldn't quite place, something between curiosity and fascination. "We exchange experiences, memories, emotions. It is a form of communication beyond words. And when we touch another species, we learn about them in ways that cannot be expressed through language. You, Captain, are the first human I have ever touched." The weight of her words settled on Jaxon like a heavy cloak. "I didn't realize. It was such an important gesture," he said slowly. Elyria stepped closer, her presence overwhelming. It is. But it is also more than that. It is a way for us to understand the world around us, to feel the depth of all things, to see through the eyes of another. Jaxon felt a sudden chill in the air, as if the temperature had dropped several degrees. He turned to see that they had arrived at the heart of the palace, a vast circular chamber filled with a strange, pulsating energy. At the center of the room stood a glowing crystal, its light casting strange shadows across the walls. This is where Syraeth's consciousness resides, Elyria explained, her voice barely a whisper. It is through this crystal that we connect to the planet's life force. And through it we can reach out to others, across the stars, across time. Jaxon's eyes widened as he took in the sight of the crystal. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. Its surface seemed to ripple with a strange liquid light, as if it was alive. It was beautiful and unsettling at the same time. "Why did you bring me here?" Jaxon asked, his voice barely audible. Elyria's expression softened, a faint sadness in her eyes. "Because I need to understand you, Captain. Your people are on the verge of discovering us, of knowing we exist. And I want to know what you would do with that knowledge." Jaxon felt the weight of her gaze, the intensity of her presence pressing against him. He wasn't sure how to respond. What did she mean? What was she asking him? "You are the first human I will touch," Elyria continued, her voice almost a whisper. "And through our connection, I will learn who you are, Captain Cole. What drives you, what makes you human." Jaxon swallowed hard. He wasn't sure if he was ready for whatever this experience might be, but there was something about Elyria's calm presence that made him trust her. He nodded slowly. "All right," he said, his voice steady. "What do I need to do?" Elyria stepped forward and extended her hand. The air between them seemed to shimmer with energy as she touched his arm, her fingers cool against his skin. Jaxon stiffened, unsure of what was happening, but then he felt it, a pulse of energy, as if something had connected between them. It was subtle at first, but it grew stronger with each passing second, until it was overwhelming. Suddenly, Jaxon found himself surrounded by images, flashes of memories that weren't his own. He saw glimpses of Elyria's past, moments from her life as a child on Syraeth. He felt the deep connection she shared with her world, the bond she had with the planet and its people. He saw the weight of her responsibilities as a princess, the pressure of her royal duties, and the isolation she had felt, knowing that no one could truly understand her. But then, in an instant, everything shifted. Jaxon felt his own memories flooding into her consciousness. His life on Earth, his childhood, his journey through space. He felt the fear, the excitement, the uncertainty of being an explorer in an unknown galaxy. He saw the faces of the people he had left behind, the loved ones he had lost along the way, and the dreams he still held close to his heart. The connection deepened, and Jaxon could feel their emotions intertwining. There was a sense of unity, a merging of experiences that left him breathless. It was both overwhelming and enlightening, an intimacy beyond words, beyond time. When it was over, they both stood there, silent for a long moment. Elyria's eyes were wide,